back for the end of season review, even though I said last time that we'll see you next season. We do know who we will be playing next season, and it's good news for Peterhead fans. Despite finishing a whopping 18 points below us, and still 8 points behind Allen, they've been promoted to League One. Albion stayed up. I watched that game. I was scouting that guy on loan, George Newell, for next season. He scored 17 goals for a team that finished bottom. It's not bad, that, is it? So we'll be looking at bringing him in on loan. So next season we will be playing Peterhead. We'll also be playing Stenhouse Muir, Brecon, Dumbarton, Stranraer, Forfar, Airdrie, and Morton and Partick. So it's going to be a very, very tough league. Inverness, Caledonia and Thistlegrove are playing Dundee in the relegation playoff. St Mirren finished fourth, they could finish fourth, which is a European spot for them this season. Above and beyond and all that, that's quite good for them. We've just paid out £28,500. Our finances have taken a bit of a battering. Overall balance is £135,869, and well, just look at that. It's been a free fall projection. We need to make some money. We need to become a selling club, I think. There's our final few games. We did beat Albion 4-0 last game of the season. We changed it round. Jacob Keane, Ngango Dikobo, Hutchison played. Graham Taylor had a game. Chris Kane come on as a sub. But if we look at the squad, it said that we used 41 players. Danny Galbraith played in 43 games. Blair Henderson, the top scorer, started 40 with Andy Black. Callum Antel played in 39. And it goes all the way down to Jacob Blackstock, who only made 4 substitute appearances. Mark Laird made 12 substitute appearances. Smarty Pants, he hasn't impressed me one bit. So even though we've only just signed him, we've set him to leave. We're going to be releasing him. We've set him for release. His contract ended in 12 days and we've set it for release anyway. Right, okay, so we'll offer him a trial. We'll offer him a trial as well, see if that works. We've already looked at that, haven't we? Won't be looking at that anymore. Let's have a look in England. Let's go to the Premier League. Let's go down the English leagues. No. Let's search for it. Let's do it this way. Let's just put in Liverpool. See what comes up. Quite a lot of teams called Liverpool. Quite a few of them. Right, okay, so Man City obviously did win the league. Liverpool, Man U and Arsenal in the Champions League. Chelsea, Tottenham and Bournemouth in the Europa League. Newcastle, West Ham and Cardiff have been relegated to the Championship. Sheffield United v Brentford in the playoff final. Leeds and Aston Villa promoted. Norwich and Swansea losing the playoffs. And relegated Wigan, Ipswich and Bolton, which is... it was nearly like it was in real life, but it was Rotherham, wasn't it, who went down from this season. Remember, I am 1 year behind everybody else. Charlton and Luton promoted, that is right. Portsmouth and Burton in the playoff final. Relegated to League 2. Southend, Barnsley, Bradford and Wycombe. Barnsley in League 2 in this save. Should be going up though. Bury and Swindon in the playoff final for the playoffs. Obviously. MK Dons, Colchester and Lincoln promoted. Bury and Swindon as we've seen in the playoff. Grimsby finished 13th. Tranmere and Morecambe relegated. Rosie's going to start barking in a minute, so you know, just be aware. Just be aware. Promoted from the Vanarama League, it is Barnet, the playoff winners, who finished third, and Leyton Orient stonking 10 points in front of Aldershot. Relegated, Maidstone, Harrogate, Braintree, and Havant Waterlooville. Shock there. Harrogate going down. Southport are back in the National League. And so are York. Southport finished 7th and got promoted. Look at that. And relegated Boston, FC United, and Chorley. And from the South League, Torquay back in the National League, just like real life. Billericay joined him as well. Finished 17 points clear of Torquay. Hemel Hempstead, Hungerford, and Oxford went down. Not sure what's happened with these, but Warrington and South Shields have been promoted. Could see that a mile off there, South Shields going up. Not quite seeing Whitby in second though. That's a good effort from them. And Teddy Bloor from Mansfield, which is a good signing at that level. Dale Hobson played a handful of games for him. Well, I say a handful, he played more than his first year, 49. Only scored 11 goals though. Right, let's have a look at the reserves, see how they got on. Well, they played in a lot of friendlies. They won the reserves end of season cup with a load of teams. They even beat BSC Glasgow reserves 6-2 in the final game. Final game of the season. Tom Baxter, Alan Smith, Tony Ribeiro with a hat-trick, and Graham Naismith with a goal. They had George McGurn playing in the reserves. He's a greyed out goalkeeper. We are going to be sorting the reserve team out shortly. Gareth Roger, Harry Granger, Brad Donaldson should be hopefully getting a loan spell out. No, that's the wrong one. Here it is. Yusuf Bamba, he's done well. He's going to get called up for next season. Hopefully we can get him a loan deal though. He needs a loan deal. His contract's up in 12 days. We'll try and offer him a new deal. Aaron Murrell's been called up. John Dunn's been called up. I wonder if we can offer him a new contract now. Is he still happy? Yeah, we can give him a deal. There we are. Is there a way we can look at who's... A lot of these... A lot of these who I'm signing up now will be going back out on loan. But there we are, folks. We have been promoted. It looks good, doesn't it? 10 points clear of Annan in the end. A whopping record-breaking season for Edinburgh. We beat the most goals, most wins. Let's have a look. How many goals did we actually score? Let's have a look. We actually ended up scoring 84 goals, 13 of them against Cowdenbeath. We scored against, is that every team on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we scored against every team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Albion were the only team who didn't score against us. But we did ship 11 goals past Albion. Stirling Berwick, 13 past Cowdenbeath, and the worst was Annan, who we only scored 5 against. But as you look in the past meetings, we don't have to play Clyde unless it's in the cup, and they are our bogey side. We've only won 1 game, but we've scored 8 goals against them and conceded 11. But our win was 4-2. It's the biggest win that one side's had against each other, and we only had 10 men. I'm just hoping that we can hold our own next season in League One, and we do a little bit better in the Betfred Cup. We should do slightly better. and I'm hoping that we can get a little bit further in the Scottish Cup as well, because, you know, our cups this season were terrible, but we were focusing on the league to get them up. But we'll see what's what. We're going to sign a handful of players, I think, because I think some of them won't cut it. Some of them I did panic buy. We'll be looking at loads of loan moves for players as well during the season, during the off season as well. So we'll see what happens. We'll take it from there. And I'll see you for the start of League One football in Season 2. Goodbye. Team of the Year. Just before I go, I just thought I'd show you this. 8 players made it in Team of the Year, from Callum Antill, Craig Thompson, Conrad Ballatoni, Handlin, Black, Stewart, Galbraith and Blair Henderson, and the other 3 were from Annan. So it just shows how far and beyond as these 2 teams were above the rest, but obviously Annan will be staying in League 2. We'll keep our eyes on them next season, see how good they are, see how they're getting on.